Give it up for Pablo Cesar Cano. Bien.
Hola, muy buenas noches a todos.
Hello, it's a great night, or good evening to all.
Primeramente quiero darle gracias a Dios por estar aquí,
I want to give
Golden Boy por la oportunidad
I want to give thanks to God for being here, the Golden Boy for this great opportunity to be here,
y a todos ustedes porque sin los medios de comunicación nosotros no seríamos nada.
and to all the members of the press, because without you, the world wouldn't know us.
Quiero agradecer a todo el público mexicano que estuvo presente,
I want to give thanks to all the Mexican public and all the public that was present,
que nos alentó en cada round, estábamos peleando y
that have been cheering in every round that I was participating in.
tuvimos una pelea dura como se esperaba.
It was a
Gracias a
hard-
Dios salimos con la victoria.
It was a hard fight, just like we expected, but we came out victoriously.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
Okay, any questions for Pablo Cesar Cano? Any questions? Yeah.
Pablo, did you think the fight was as close as you think it was in split seconds?
No, creo que gané bien la pelea. De hecho, los dos jueces me dieron casi todos los rounds, 7 rounds ganados. Y creo que pues, el juez que vio la pelea más pareja fue diferente, ¿no? Pero no, creo que gané bien la pelea.
I thought I won the fight clearly, and obviously two of the judges had it right. The other judge, I don't know, he saw something different, but I thought I won the fight clearly.
Pablo, in a previous fight, you didn't make 147 pounds. Do you feel comfortable in the junior welterweight division, and is that where you plan on fighting in this future?
Sí, me siento mejor trabajado, estoy más fuerte. Íbamos a 143 libras, hicimos 141 y media. Primeramente Dios para la próxima 140 y vamos a trabajar para agarrar ese título de 140.
Yes, I felt a lot stronger. I felt very good at this weight. The contract weight was 143, and I made 141. The next couple of fights, I want to start, getting down to 140, and I think it's a better weight for me. Okay.
Pablo, felicidades. ¿Te sirvió la experiencia de boxear con Malignaggi, con Morales, con Mosley? ¿Cómo te sirvió la experiencia con este combate?
Yo siempre me he dicho, ¿no? Esas grandes peleas, esas grandes guerras son las que me gusta hacer a mí. Gracias a Dios me dio la victoria y me sirvió de mucha experiencia pelear con Malignaggi, con Mosley, con Morales. Yo creo que eso fue la gran experiencia que me dejó esas peleas.
I'll translate. The question was the losses you have to Morales, Mosley, and Malignaggi. Did you gain any experience that they have in this fight? And he said yes. I've always said it. That those big fights, I like those big fights, and obviously I gained a lot of experience from those fights, and I utilized it. Anybody else? Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Pablo.
How's everybody doing? That's the fight I want next. Floyd. I'm just happy to win my first world title here at our big stage right here at the MGM Grand. I want to thank everybody for being here for Showtime. Everybody who was part of the show, and it was an honor to win this belt here.
Question for Carlos. Here, left Carlos. Given your history, I guess not, with tough decisions, and given the fact that Ishe is a local guy, and the fight was very close, Were you worried before you heard the decision? What were your feelings after you heard the decision?
No, yes, I was worried, especially when I heard that second score. I was just waiting, seeing what the third score was gonna say, and then when they said I knew, then I now feel relaxed. Everything, the hard work that I had here was all worth it. What's that? Who's next? I want Mayweather. I want all the belts. I'm happy with this one right now, but I want all 4 belts. Whatever I have to do to get that fight, I'll be willing to earn it. Fighting Miguel Cotto, Canelo, whatever. I'll get on this stage. All right, thank you guys.
First of all, I want to thank God. I want to thank Abrams. I want to thank Woody Boy Showtime. I want to thank my family, my dad for the support they gave me through this tremendous training camp. And we had a game plan. We stuck to it. And we worked hard tremendously for 10 weeks. And I knew if I just stood focused, don't let nothing get in my head, tunnel vision. And that's what I brought to this fight. I stood disciplined. I got the job done. I'm happy the fans enjoyed the fight. And until the next one, you guys know what I bring to the table. A lot of hard work, a lot of speed, a lot of power, and still WBC, WB every night. Super lightweight champion of the world. Thank you all.
You picked Danny, and I said I'm going to point you out at the post-fight press conference, and here I am pointing you out.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you very much. Danny, a couple things. First of all, you kind of started slow and your dad yelled at you and said, wake up, Basically, what was going on in the early rounds? It seemed like, you weren't the way you were in the last 9
I knew I had 12 rounds to work with. I didn't want to go in there and shoot everything I had in the first 6 rounds because I know he's dangerous in the early rounds. He's a strong puncher. So I knew if I just use my legs a little bit, make him miss, and I'll get him at the end.
And I know, you fought a fight 2 weights below where Floyd was, but do you feel like you did enough in your performance tonight to see yourself matching with Floyd the next time out?
I really don't know. At the end of the day, I'm just a fighter. They come to fight with a big heart, and I come to give the fans what they want. And Golden Boy, I'll aim in, and those guys want that, then I'll do it. But it is what it is.
Two other questions then, Danny. How good did it feel to get the knockdown? Because everybody was saying, Lucas was such a hard puncher, was going to blow you out, and here you knocked him down, and he never hurt you. Seriously hurt you.
See, I faced adversity before. That's the difference between me and him. He's a great fighter. I take nothing away from him, but he's never faced adversity. He's never been cut late in a fight. He's never been 12 hard rounds with a legend, I've been in there with a lot of technical fighters who can really fight and hit me with good shots, and I sucked it up. I faced adversity before, and I knew if I took him late in the fight that I would get him.
And then lastly, Angel, can I ask you, how do you think Danny would match up if he fought Floyd? Floyd had a great performance tonight. If that were to be the next fight for Danny, how do you think he would do?
Well, first of all, I want to thank God and for God giving Danny all the power in the world. Because what I am, Danny won't be, I won't be here. Well, if that was to happen, I'll call it the Holy War. It will be a holy war because it'd be 2 gifted fighters, spiritual fighters, that God put on this planet to fight. Blessed fighter, because Floyd's blessed, Danny's blessed. He just still gotta, prove himself to you guys. That's it. Because people still doubting the champion of the world, and still champion of the world. God bless you.
Danny, right here. Right here.
Where?
Right here.
Okay.
Danny.
Oh, all right. My bad, you right on the top.
Yeah. Danny, you fought some good punchers before, and he hit you with several hard shots. You took them very well. How would you rate his power? And did at any time that you feel any of those punches?
I mean, he's a strong puncher, no doubt about it, but somebody's only strong if you let him be strong. And a lot of the punches he caught me with, I was pulling my head back a little bit, I was blocking a little bit, so I never really felt his power. I mean, he's a strong puncher, I felt his aggressiveness, but he never really hurt me in the fight.
And it seemed like the first couple of rounds were really close. He was putting a lot of pressure on you, and the tide seemed to change around the 6th when you closed his eye. At that point, you seemed like you got a boost, and you were putting your combinations together. You were starting to tee off on him a little bit. When you saw the eye close, did that just say, you know, I got to really put it on this guy?
Like right there, it was in my head. I was like, before the fight, I was like, this guy's never faced adversity. He's never been cut. He's never been hurt. And that was my game plan to go in there, to cut his eye, to make his eye swollen, knock him down. I did both things, and that's what a true champion does.
Danny, right here. What next for you? Who do you want to face?
You know, I just want to go home, take some time off, and let my body recuperate. I had, a tough camp. And like I said before, whatever Richard wants, whatever I even want, then we do. I'm just a fighter. My job is to fight and give the fans a great fight.
Danny, to your left, do you remember exactly which shot it was that began closing his eye, and when you realized that, and how much that changed your strategy?
I think it was the jab. It was the jab. I hit him with a jab, and I saw him blink in his eye. And then about 45 seconds later, his eye was closed. So I just kept working.
Danny, right here. Right here. Right here.
Okay.
Next to Shorty right here. Did you said this is going to be your last fight at 140. Is that because you feel like you've cleaned out the division and you wouldn't be as motivated to stay here and you need a challenge?
No, I'm always motivated. I'm a self-motivated person. Nobody has to wake me up and tell me. I know what I gotta do. But hey, I beat the best fighters at 140. What else you want me to do? I beat everybody at 140. I beat 2 guys I wasn't supposed to beat. And I beat them in fashion.
Danny, you said that Lucas hadn't fought that adversity in 85, right? How important were fights with Amir Khan and Zab Judah for you being ready for this fight tonight?
I mean, every fight's a very important fight because you're going to grow. And, those 2 fighters were real technicians. They were real technical boxers. So I feel like every fight to this fight led me to this fight. And the experience, like I said before, I'm only 25, but that was my 5th championship fight. I'm starting to feel like a young veteran in the
Hey, Danny, did the fact that everyone was picking Makise to knock you out, did that inspire you at all tonight?
Nah, because at the end of the day, I had tunnel vision. I don't really pay attention to the media. I don't really care what people say about me. I know what I can do. My dad knows what I can do. He believes in me. And as long as my kid believes in me and I believe in myself, no one can beat me.
Thank you.
Hey, Danny. We talked about this last week. You've been the underdog in so many fights. What happens when you become the favorite? How do you treat that?
I mean, like I said, I'm gonna approach it the same way. Hard work in the gym, stay disciplined, live a good life, and go out there and get the job done. I don't pay attention to the media. I know what I can do. My team know what I can do. Like I said, I go to every fight with that same strong mindset.
And one other question for you. Earlier you talked about making Lucas respect your power. Do you think you made him respect your power in the early rounds?
I made him think. I know that. A lot of people didn't think I could move the way I was moving in there. I brought the Philadelphia out of me right there. So, a lot of people thought I was a flat-footed fighter. I was slow, and he was just going to be able to go in there and knock me out.
Swift.
But, I had to show what my name was about.
Swift, baby.
I got a question for Angel. Angel, right here. In boxing, father-son trainer relationships aren't always, don't always work. You guys have been through the fire in a lot of your fights, and going back to the Amir Khan fight, the 2nd round, where you really had to get his grill. What is it about your relationship as a father and a trainer that works?
Well, the first thing is love is too strong. I love Danny so much. People don't understand that. I love the hell out of Danny. What you want me to say? It's my son. I love all my children. Listen, I will never sell Danny up for nobody. I love my children too much. I struggle. What I have, I struggle to give them. I told Danny to be a hard worker and a listener. If you listen, I say, Danny, if you listen, all you gotta do is knowledge is free. All you gotta do is listen to me. If you listen to me, I'll give you all the knowledge in the world. It was no money, it was knowledge. I said, you get knowledge, you be, listen, I said, out of 10, only one's gonna make it, and that one's gonna be if you listen. And I'm glad that he listened. That's why he's here today. This didn't start one day when he was 14, 16, went to the gym, and he went to the gym, all of a sudden he wanted to fight. This started when he was a child. This was a dream. Nobody believed this. This ain't just started. People say, oh, you don't know how to train. Listen, I'm the most underrated trainer there is, and he's the most underrated fighter there is. And you guys still ain't gonna give him credit, but it doesn't matter to him, because he's still undefeated. I don't even want that, honestly. I don't even want that. Cause you know what? That ain't gonna make me no better. Give me some millions.
All right. Any questions? Any other questions?
Dani, ¿puedes hablar algunas palabras en español para tus seguidores en Puerto Rico y en toda Latinoamérica? Y después de...
Can't hear your question.
Will you speak a little bit in Spanish for your followers in Puerto Rico and all Latin America, please? For all the Latin American people.
Comment on the right in Spanish.
You need the mic. Can't hear him.
Comment on the right in Spanish.
No, you need the mic. Can't hear him.
Que hablas en español.
La pelea fue bien difícil, pero yo entreno bien duro y gano la pelea. Y gracias para todos los latinos que apoyan. Philly region.
You know what he said?
Yeah. All right.
Thank you all.
See if, let's say, Miguel Cotto wins a Cotto Canelo fight, who wouldn't want to see that? The same, by the way, is with Lucas Matisse. It's these kind of fighters who you love to see. I mean, who wouldn't want to see a Matisse Maidana fight? There's so many great matchups there. Just because you lose a fight, the good news is that boxing has learned that you don't have to go back in line and start from the bottom again. And losing against the #1 pound-for-pound fighter, there's no shame in it. I think Canelo learned a lot tonight. He's a 23-year-old, and so we'll see.
Richard, so I was just wondering what you thought about how quick you'd like to turn Canelo around. Do you think it's important for him, after going through this massive promotional ordeal for the last several months and then suffering the loss tonight? If you think it's important for him to kind of get right back on the proverbial horse and get back into fighting, or if it's better for him to take a little bit of time off and kind of regroup and see where he goes from here?
Well, that's totally up to him. I mean, totally up to him. I can see a reason for either one. But the fact is, he had a long camp, worked very hard for this fight, and I think he should spend some time with his family in Guadalajara, and then when he's ready, we will be ready, and I know that the fight fans will be ready, because Canelo is an exciting fighter, and he's a very charismatic fighter, and as we've seen with Juan Manuel Marquez. I mean, after losing to Floyd Mayweather every second of every round, he became bigger than he ever was. The same is true for Victor Ortiz. Same is, I think it just elevates all these guys to a totally different level. And I think Canelo today is bigger than he ever was. And so we'll let him decide. But if he tells me he wants to fight before the end of the year, we're ready. If he tells me he wants to fight sometime in the first quarter of next year, we're ready. If he wants to fight in May, I'm ready. We'll see. And there's going to be plenty of good fights. at 150. Plenty of exciting fights one can make at 154. Canelo is on his way. He's almost here. I was in the locker room right after the fight, and obviously Canelo was was very disappointed, was hanging his head because I think he was disappointed that it didn't go the way he thought it would go. And I think that's not surprising for anyone, particularly for a 23-year young who had such big hopes to dethrone the pound-for-pound king. And I told him that the Yankees don't win every game either. Chivas de Guadalajara, they don't win every year championship either. And yet they still what they are. And Canelo, even though he didn't win tonight, he's still Canelo, and he will have many, many, many other big nights here at the MGM Grand, filling up the venue as a world champion. Please give it up for my good friend, an amazing fighter, an amazing person inside and outside of the ring, my favorite fighter, Canelo Alvarez.
Buenas noches. Bueno, pues quiero agradecerles el apoyo que nos brindaron para este gran evento, el apoyo que me brindó a mí toda la afición, muy bonito. Y pues, obviamente, no quería salir de aquí con una derrota. Nadie quiere salir con una derrota de aquí. Y me pegan el orgullo muy fuerte, pero pues así es esto y hoy me tocó perder.
Good evening to all of you, and I'm very gracious to all of you for all the support I received. Obviously, I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to leave here with the loss, but it happens. It hurts, but here I am. Questions? Thank you very much.
Canelo, how difficult was Floyd's speed for you to deal with? And he seemed like he was popping you with that jab all night long. You never got an answer for it. Can you comment on sort of those two things?
Sí, es un peleador rápido y lo hace más rápido todavía cuando un peleador nomás te está punteando, cuando te está haciendo puntos. Sus golpes no son de poder, nada más es para ganar la pelea, para hacer puntos, y eso lo hace que sea un peleador más rápido.
Yes, he's very fast and accurate, and more so when he's just trying to make points. I didn't really feel his punches, they weren't really that strong, but he was making points and he's very fast.
Did his speed take you out of your fight plan? If so, how did you do that?
No, yo estaba haciendo mi plan de trabajo, simplemente él hizo otras cosas y no me dejó hacer mi plan de trabajo bien como lo tenía pensado, y simplemente no supimos cómo contrarrestar eso.
No, not at all, not at all. I had my game plan, and I kept trying to work on my game plan, and it was very good. He took me out of it, and we just didn't have an answer.
I want to ask up to the podium as well now, the undisputed, unquestioned pound-for-pound king, Floyd Money Mayweather, who tonight showed again why he is on top of the sport. Give it up for Floyd.
Huh?
Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Thank you. We do this every day, so my voice is a little hoarse.
Any questions, guys?
First off, I want to thank everybody for coming out. Thank social media. Just thank the media, period. Everyone. You guys have been brilliant. I want to commend this young, strong champion because he will carry the torch. Tonight, experience played a major key. Canelo got everything it takes to be a legend in the sport. Tonight was just my night. I'm truly blessed to be where I'm at. Have a good team. And like I always say, it took hard work and dedication, prayers and belief. And I want to thank everybody that came out to support Canelo. I want to thank the country of Mexico for supporting Canelo. I want to thank the fans that flew from around the world to come cover this fight. It's been truly an amazing ride. And what else can I say? We did it again.
Floyd, to your left, I have a question. Congratulations. It was a great performance tonight. Two things. First of all, do you feel that was the best performance you had? When you look back, all the great efforts you had, I mean, this was such a one-sided fight and such a, you didn't just throw a jab, you threw the uppercuts and the hooks and the straight right hands and everything. Comprehensively, do you think this was your best?
I just took my time and took opportunities and took the opportunity when it presented itself. When the opportunity presented itself, I took advantage of it. I cannot say this is my best performance. I still got 4 fights left, with Showtime and CBS. And of course, I got to thank Showtime and CBS and thank the MGM brand for giving me the biggest deal in sports history.
When you heard 114, I think everybody almost went, fell over. Can you describe what your reaction was when you heard that? You were asked at the pre-fight news conference, did you have an objection to that, Judge? And you said no. Do you have an objection to it now?
From what I found out when I asked questions of the same judge from the Pacquiao-Bradley fight, I was leaving it to, the best commission in the world is the Nevada Commission, so I just leave it in the hands of the commission. And if they feel like the person should be out there judging fights, then it is what it is. That person could be a little bit could be older. I think it's a woman. She could be kind of older. Things happen. Any more questions?
You get old. You get old. Right here, right in front of you, right in front of you.
My dude, what's going on?
Yeah.
They got Coca-Cola?
Yeah. Was there ever a point, first of all, how was the right hand? How was after the fight? And was there ever a point where you felt like you could try to go for the knockdown?
Actually, what happened in the fight was I was using the jab. I think I could have used more combinations going down the stretch, but we came close at one particular time. I think I dislocated my left elbow when we came close, so I stopped throwing the jab, I think after the 5th round. But then, when I went back to the court, I looked over at my children and I said, no, I can't give it up. I said, I told myself I gotta keep using my jab because I was put in this position for a reason.
You say give it up, what do you mean? You looked at your kid.
Well, my arm was hurting and I wanted to stop throwing my jab and just paw with the jab and just land the right hand. But I forced myself to use the jab. My right hand feel good, my left hand feel good, but it's a champion, man. I take my hat off to Canelo. He's a true champion, and a true champion can take a loss and bounce back. And I only got 24 months left, and this is the man.
Floyd, right here.
Floyd, right here.
Talk to me.
Everyone pretty much saw a lopsided fight in your favor. Was there anything that Canelo did well in the fight and anything that you had to adjust to?
Canelo does everything well. He goes to the body good. He goes to the body good. He got a good jab. He's a good counter puncher. He's not 42. He's not 42-0 for nothing. You know, well, now 42-1, but in my eyes, he's still the champion.
Floyd, straight back. Congratulations.
My dude, what's going on?
Tremendous performance tonight, and it made me think about when you talked about the Guerrero fight in the pre-fight, and I was rather surprised when you gave yourself a grade and a D in a fight that you basically dominated and shut out. So if that was a D, I'm curious if you have a grade for yourself in this fight.
Well, I have to go home and sit down and watch the fight, because I really don't like to go home and watch my fights, because I'm a critic of myself. Because every time I watch any fight, I say I could have done this better, I could have done that better.
So you call me after you watch them, let me know.
You'll see me in May. I'm fighting in May, so you get a chance to see me again in May.
My other question for you then is, given the craziness of the scorecards, I think in the eyes of most people in this room, even the other two judges that gave you the fight seemed to be kind of weird. Was there ever even a single round in the fight where you felt like, hey, you know what, Canelo, maybe he got that round out of you?
He fought hard. He fought hard.
But did he win any rounds in your opinion?
He fought hard.
Yeah. I got it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Floyd, excuse me, right straight in front of the band, right field.
You've been doing interviews since I've been 10 years old.
10 years old, yeah. As you look back on the spring and summer, Floyd, this is the first time in 11 years that you've had two fights this close together. What was the impact of essentially being in camp for 7-8 months here?
I was happy. You know, the young guys in my gym, the young guys that's under my banner, I don't know where they're at. Ash, I'm still proud of you. You conduct yourself like a true champion, so you fought like a champion too. Camp was tremendous. Me, my father, and my Uncle Roger, we had a great camp. A lot of people didn't think my father and my Uncle Roger could work together, but we all a lot older now, a lot more mature, so everything is working hand in hand. So, May, I don't know if it's May 4th or May 5th, but single to Mayweather. I'll be fighting again.
Does it make a difference, though, fighting 4 months and change apart as opposed to the year layoff?
I think I can stay sharp. I thought, like I said before, I'm upset with myself still from this fight. I'm still mad at myself that I didn't throw enough combinations down the stretch because I got hurt. But I want to take my hat up to my Uncle Jeff Mayweather. He's a trainer that's on the rise. I mean, if there's any champion out there, my Uncle Jeff is training fighters, my Uncle Roger's training fighters, my father's training fighters. I always got to build my team now. I love my team. So we had a great training camp. Great training camp. And yeah, I need Nate. Nate's a good trainer, but Golden Boy Promotions. Man, true professionals, great fighters. Richard Schaefer done a hell of a job, and I want Oscar to, I want him to come home and get back to what he do best, as far as getting behind these young fighters and help coaching them and keep them on the right path. Because Oscar Fellow is a true champion, and I commend him and take my hat off to him also.
Floyd, right over here to your left, standing up, your left right here. This fight was obviously billed as one of the biggest in boxing history, and a lot of people might say that the competition did not live up to the billing of the biggest in boxing history. Is that a testament to your budding career as a promoter and the promotions with, or is it a testament to your skill and the fact that there's no one out there who can give you a fight worthy of the biggest fight in history?
Well, when you get this stuff, you have two thinkers. Canelo's a thinker. I'm a thinker. This was chess tonight. We both are thinkers, counterpunchers and thinkers. It's an up-and-coming champion versus a legendary champion. Someday he will go down in the Hall of Fame. Someday I will go down in the Hall of Fame. And like I said before, I only got 24 months left. And it's a lot of young champions out there that's going strong. Danny Garcia, Batista, all these guys look tremendous.
Floyd, on this undercard, we saw two Albanian fighters fight each other in the co-feature. Given that one of those guys, the winner of that fight, possibly be one of the better options for you? Is there any chance we see you fight one of Al's guys in the future?
I don't know what the future holds right now. You know, I'm not psychic. You know, only thing I do is keep my fingers crossed and hope for the best. I look to fight in May. I don't have an opponent yet. And fight again in September. Then fight again in May, then fight again in September. So we just take one day at a time. Go back, sit down with Leonard, talk it over with Leonard. But I need a vacation. I haven't taken a vacation in 4 or 5 years. It's hard to take a vacation because when you go to any country, it's crazy, it's wild. So, but you know, that's life.
Floyd, Canelo could build a case that he was a qualified candidate to fight you. Who else out there, now that you've eliminated this guy, can make a case that he can beat you, given the last 2 performances?
This is still one of the pound best fighters in the world today, and before long he'll be champion again. You know, I like to see Canelo fight the guy in Molina that fought tonight. I think that'll be a good fight for him, this next fight. You know, just a fight that can get his confidence back. You know, but he's a young champion, and he fought his heart out tonight.
True.
Floyd, over here.
What's up, man?
Can you talk about the game plan tonight? I think when you came out, you opened up a little bit more aggressively. You took Canelo a little off guard. Was that the plan from the outset?
That was my dad. He said, you know, he just said, go out there and do what you do best. You know, you've been here before. And then he said, you built for this. I said, I'm going to go out there and do what I got to do. Then I came back to the corner. He said, you're fighting a little tight. He said, loosen up a little bit. So I went back out. He boxed a little bit more. I came back. He said, you're still fighting tight. So then he said, close up and go in the pocket. Basically, that's our defense, the Mayweather defense. Close up and go to him. I closed up. I think I started throwing combinations a little bit more than we bumped. We bumped arms. And that's when I thought I dislocated my left elbow. So I think for the 6th and the 7th round, I was just basically pulling with the jab. But then when I came back to the corner, I looked at my family and I said, I gotta use it. I have to use it. Because I got the will to win. I was born to win, I'm gonna die winning.
And another question, because you talked about you wanted to go for the knockout. But as soon as you dislocated the elbow, did you figure, you know, again, because the Guerrero fight, you hurt your hand when you were trying to go for the knockout?
I still was going for it. You know, of course, I was still trying to hit him with big shots. He was trying to hit me with big shots. You know, he threw a hell of a thigh shot. That was a good shot. I'm walking with a limp right now. I'm just, like I said, social media, you guys done a tremendous job. Everybody that covered the fight, you guys done a hell of a job, remarkable job. TheMoneyTeam.com, of course, all you gotta plug. All you gotta plug the Money Team, TMT to the day I DIE. Mayweather Promotions, we are the past, the present, and the future of sports and entertainment. Golden Boy Promotions, we work hand in hand with you guys. I love the relationship that we have. Al Heyman, continue to keep doing a hell of a job with these young fighters. You know, I couldn't thank you and Leonard enough for going out there and getting me the biggest deal in the sport of boxing. I want to take my hat off to my father. I'm glad he's back with my team. And we're still going strong. What else can I say? I want to thank everybody that showed up tonight.
One more. Right here. Floyd, right now, age seems to be your only real enemy, if we can, if we can use those words. I wanted to ask you, how physically, how different is when you started off in terms of training? Do you feel anything different in your body, adjustments, anything you can call it?
I feel a lot better now. I'm more mature, I feel a lot better. You know, since I'm older. Well, when I was young, it's different. I think when I was young, it's like, I beat all these fighters just, I was partying every night and beating all the world champions. But I think it was around 2007, 2000, I think when I fought Oscar, that's when I started staying in the house a lot, and concentrating more on my job, which is boxing. And because normally training camp is like, we go to the boxing gym, we leave the boxing gym, we go shopping, We go to the club, we go to the strip club. That's when I was young, but now since I'm older, things change. You know, I'm more of a homebody.
Floyd, can I just get one quick one from you? First of all, congratulations on your victory tonight. You know, if you look back at your career, you know, you've had a habit of making great fighters look ordinary when they get in the ring with you. I just want to know where you would rank your performance tonight in the perspective of your entire career. You know, you had great fights beating Corrales, beating Hackman, guys like that. Where would you rank tonight's performance in the lexicon of the story that'll be Floyd Mayweather when you retire from boxing?
Well, that's for everybody else to rate. You know, because every time I go out there and I say I'm going to do something, I do it. So I don't think that's bragging. I think it's the truth. I say I'm going to win, I won. I went out there 45 times, and I won 45 times. Anything can happen in the sport of boxing. You know, you can't overlook no opponent. I never overlooked Canelo because I know he was going to bring his A game. And I can't rate myself. You know, I'll let you guys do that. You know, my career's over. Well, yeah.
Floyd, Manny Pacquiao has a fight right here. Manny Pacquiao has a fight coming up in Macau. After this fight today, do you feel like that's a fight that you want down the road?
Like I said before, take one day at a time. As of right now, that's not my focus. My focus is more at home, spend time with my family, take a vacation, and continue to take Mayweather promotion to the next level, continue to take my TNT brand to the next level. That's what it's about. I'm not focused on Manny Pacquiao at this particular time.
Do you think that, though you said you want 2 more fights in May and September, do you think that Manny Pacquiao would take your promotion to another level? Certainly in money it would.
At this particular time, I'm focused on taking a vacation. Spending time with my family.
All right, thank you very much.